All right, guys, welcome back to another session from our Inside the Vault series. I'm Mari Inoue. We've got Ali DeVita here, and we're Mind Body Vault. Ali, go ahead and introduce our next guest.
I'm so excited. Today we are joined by a very special guest. We have Miss Ilona Hannich, all the way from Switzerland. And she's going to be leading us through about a 30-minute class focusing on the core and balance. And I'm sure she's going to throw in some fun handstand stuff and get you guys moving. So we'll pass it right on over to you, Ilona, and let's get started.
Yes. Hi, guys. I hope you can see me well. So, as I said, we do some core stuff and balance things. And yeah, we just start right away with some core warm-up. And the first exercise is that we do hollow body holds in all directions. The first one is on the back. The second one on the side. You can use your arm here to balance or not. Then lie on your stomach, and then the other side. And we do each side for 30 seconds. It's a little bit confusing because I don't see anything, but I just go on with my computer and I hope you can keep up. So let's start the first one. So ready? And go. 30 seconds like this. Keep your arms back and the whole back should be on the floor. If that isn't possible, just bend your knees a little bit. If it gets more difficult, you can have your legs lower. 10 more seconds. Okay, and change to the side. Still on directly. You can start like this and then try to lift the arm. If that doesn't work, it can be really shaky. If it doesn't work, just hold your balance here. 10 more seconds. Okay, and change on your stomach. You don't see it. Cover your ears with your arms. Ten more seconds. Okay, and now turn to the last side and hold it here. Try to lift your arm if it's possible. Okay, relax. Now we do a similar thing, which is on every side we do 15 rocks. So here 15, and then on every side here you can also use your hand for balance. Do it at your own speed. I do it with you so I have a feeling for the time. You can start. Also here you can bend your knees if your back is not on the floor with straight knees. And then change to one side. Okay, lie on your stomach. 15 here. And then the last side. Okay, thank you. And now one last exercise for every side is 10 V-ups. I don't know if that's the correct name, but I think so. So it's just this movement, and we do it 10 each side, also here on the side. And if you're on the stomach, just lift your arms and legs a little bit, because it's kind of difficult to do that for the back. Okay, and then change to one side, 10 here. Now in your stomach, you just lift your arms and legs 10 times. Then do your last side. Okay. If you're finished up, we stand up. Make sure you see me. And then we do some first easy balance exercise. Yeah, you don't see my head, you don't need to see that. And you stand on one leg, and then you just reach to the floor with your hands 6 times. And try to stay in balance and keep the knee a little bit bent. Just 6 times and then change leg. And try to keep your whole core active. This really gives you stability for all kinds of movements if you're really stable in your core. Next exercise is just stand on one leg and then press up as high as you can and down, also 6 times per leg. Okay. Next thing, we're going to do like a little routine, which includes some balance. It has some yoga poses in it, and you can just follow what I'm doing. It's not so difficult. You start standing, and you can pull one leg to your chest, and then swing it back and hold it here. Swing it in front again, and then extend it in front of you. And find your balance here. You can turn out your hand. I will turn my video. Sorry. Stay there. Okay, now you take your leg slowly back and you step back and then put your arms up. And now you try to look to the ceiling and then you try to close your eyes and stay there. Then open your eyes again. Now lift up. This position, hold it here. Okay, and step back. Now we change the leg. And one in front of you. Now swing it back. Always try to do the movements controlled, not too fast. Then grab your foot with the opposite hand, find your balance here, then turn to the side. Okay, now you can swing your leg back, take a big step back, and then stay here. You can reach your arms up. Now look to the ceiling, and then try to close your eyes. Okay, open them again. This can be really challenging if you do it for the first time. Then stand up directly in this position. I don't know the label. Okay, and step back up. Now we go back to some core exercises before we do some other balance stuff. We start in a plank position, and it's good if you have like a sliding surface or socks or so. You just pull yourself forward and back 10 times. You can start. Okay. If you've done that, you can go to an elbow plank. And then first thing is you lift your feet 10 times. Then next thing is you step out 10 times. And then you try to lift one arm, like 10 in total. And try not to shift your position too much if you lift the arm. Don't try to do that. But stay really fixed in your position and only lift the hand up. So we start with 10 times lift the feet. Okay, and then step up, only small movements. And then you can like put your feet a little bit away from each other and lift one arm at a time. Okay. Good break. It's really hot in Switzerland actually. Then we're going to do things for like the side of our core. First thing is we are on our elbows. First exercise is 5 times, just hips up and down, but with your leg elevated. You can just do that right now. I will explain the next one afterwards. Okay, I have 5, and then you bend the knee and you turn it inward and outward 5 times without lowering your hips. And then the same thing with a straight leg. Only 5. It's really hard to keep a straight position there, so don't worry if that feels really shaky. Okay, we switch sides. Then again, 5 times the hips. Then bend the knee, and turn inward, outward. straighten. Okay, good, relax. Now we start in a similar position for a next small balance routine. You have to make sure you see everything. You start in a side plank, and then you grab your foot. Just try to follow me. So try to stay here. And then slowly guide your foot toward your arm. And take the big step. And then come up here again. Stay here for a little while. And then again move up here. And now that's a challenge. Try to open your hips and your whole body and close it again for 3 times. Really slow, controlled movements. And now next challenge. Try to go down to your foot and grab it. And try not to use the floor and lift your leg up. If you use the floor, that's okay. You can hold your fingertips to the floor, but try to do it free. And then relax. Good. So we do the other side. We start in the side plank. You take one foot, extend it. Try to stay strong and calm here. Now you take your foot slowly to your hand until you land in that lunge. Now stand up. And here 3 times. Then your hips open and close again. Really slow and steady. And then you reach down to the floor. Try to not use the floor. Lift your hand off it and pull the leg up. Okay, and relax, go back to standing. Nice. That's some challenging balance stuff for being on your legs. We will also do something on our arms later. Now we just do something more in the plank position, which is you start here, and then you lift your hand on your opposite foot, and you hold it for a few seconds, and then you change. 6 times, so 3 each leg. When you're finished, you try to change to a backward plank without lowering your hips. And then here in your backward plank, you just lift one foot up and lift 10 times, so 5 each side. And then you finish your turn, you try to lift your arm and come back to a forward plank. And then break. Well, now we do some more creative balance stuff. Only a short exercise. You stand on one leg, lift the other one, and then you try to do 10 quick changes in your position and hold it there. So it can look like that. And then you go here, and then here. You can play with your head. You can go down, you can go up. Like 10 changes, and try to freeze it as good as you can. It comes from your core and your tension in your whole body. So 10 position changes on one leg, and then you switch sides. And try to challenge yourself. Try to find really difficult transitions. Okay, and then we are ready to go on our arms. There's one balancing pose. Where you just place your hands, and then you take your knees and your armpits, you lean forward, and you balance here. Just try to find the balance here and hold it for a moment. Count to 10 if it works. And if you want to have a bigger challenge, then try to lift one leg off. So you have to shift your weight more on one knee, and then extend the other one, and lift that up. And try to come back and switch sides. I let you play with that for a short moment. It's really weird I don't see you, but I think you're doing a great job. Okay, now we go to a headstand or elbow stand. So you can choose whatever you want to do, whatever suits your level, and you can also use a wall. So either I want you to do an elbow stand, which is most difficult if you have your hands like this. It's a little bit easier if you have them like this. And you can also place your head here, or even have this position. So choose whatever you like, and then I just want you to balance there for 10 seconds. So you can go up here and find your balance, whatever leg position you want. You can have your arms together. You can be also on your head. And if you need the wall, you can also go to the wall, do a headstand here, and lean on a little bit. So just try to have 10 seconds here. And if it's too easy, you can also take your legs up and down to have some challenge. So do 10 seconds there, or try some variations. And then the next exercise is something I mostly do in that headstand. And I go into a straddle position, and then I do kind of side to side switches. It looks like that. I go up, and then I just go from side to side, which also uses the core. And if you go further away from you, it makes it more difficult. And if you bend the knee that comes down, it gets even more difficult. So try to do 10 changes. And make sure to have a wall in the back if you need it. And if it's too difficult, just try a headstand or whatever you want to practice. I think that's a really fun exercise, which also kind of looks cool. Okay, and then we do some handstands. And I want you to do a handstand with the stomach against the wall, so you can climb up the wall. And then try to do like 10 leg changes where you take one foot off the wall and then the other one. So I try to show you. I hope you can see it. So you go up, stomach against the wall, and then you take one foot off, one foot, and then the other one, and you try to balance it here and don't need the wall. And if it's too easy, you can do the leg changes freestanding. So you just go into a handstand, and then you kind of do leg pulses, and just try to maintain your balance. So you can choose whatever is best for you. When you've done that, I want you to do a similar thing that we did with those leg changes, but now upside down. You can choose if you do that in a headstand, or even if headstand is still too difficult, just play around with like a candle, where you're like this, and try to do like crazy, challenging leg variations. Then next step will be a headstand or elbow stand or handstand. So if you're in a handstand, then just try to kind of go up and do like fast changes in whatever position you want. Around 10 changes, whatever you like, and in which position you think you're able to hold the balance. But it can be challenging. But I hope you don't like kind of break everything in your room. Okay, and then to end the practice, we almost have half an hour. We do one last exercise, and I let you choose. You just have to do one exercise which is challenging for you to balance for 20 seconds with your eyes closed. So if you have a good freestanding handstand, try to do it with your eyes closed. If you want to do it like with something like that, maybe you have that in vaulting on the horse, you can do that. You can even do like a simple one from the beginning, which is also very difficult with closed eyes, or a headstand. You can also have the wall near you, but just try to find one exercise that we're going to hold for 20 seconds with your eyes closed, okay? So a few more seconds to decide, and then I will set the timer. Well, actually, I have to see the timer, right? But I want to do it with you. So I set an alarm. Okay, so get yourself ready, and ready, set, go. Okay, so that's it. It's exactly past. Wow, we were really good in time. So that was the core and balance training for today. I really hope you liked it. It was fun to teach it, and thanks for watching it, and have a really nice day or evening wherever you are in the world. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.